All right, what about the consequences, now for the elderly, of poor sleep? Let's not focus on the diagnosis of insomnia, but on the effects. What, if you're an older person, is the effect of poor sleep on your life? What do you start with?
Well, it's a couple different things. Number one, in elderly populations not sleeping well at night, they're getting up in the middle of the night in the dark, walking around, and their risk for falls at a very simple level, they're at higher risk. In the course of during the day, it decreases their whole productivity. Maybe they're not working quite what they used to do, but if they don't sleep well at night and they're dozing at various times during the day, it's going to impact their quality of their life and their ability to integrate into the society. They're more sensitive, like everything else. The elderly people are much more sensitive to the effects of all sorts of stressors. So if they're behind on their sleep, it will have a greater risk of developing impairments for cognition and memory, for instance.
Does it affect their lifespan? Does lack of sleep shorten your life? Or do we know?
Well, there were data from a long-term study. It was a 20-year-long study with the elderly, showing that those who slept less than 5 hours had a higher mortality than people who slept longer. But we don't know whether they complain of insomnia or not. That's the problem. It was a short
so people with very short sleep and very long sleep
Right.
are the ones who get in trouble.
Okay. We don't know what's cause and effect,
We don't know,
right?
yeah. But I would also want to point out that it's beginning to emerge that not sleeping well may have consequences along the lines of other disorders as well. For example, sleeplessness increases the risk of future depressive episodes. And in the case of a bipolar patient, it's a risk for the emergence of a manic condition. So it can aggravate other underlying medical conditions. We know that not sleeping well enhances the risk of hypertension and also metabolic disturbances. So these physiologic disturbances seem to emerge when you don't sleep too well.
I'm going to throw you one curveball before we move on, because I promised my kids I would. Why do people sleep?
Well,
That's an 8-year-old question I couldn't answer.
Yeah.
Daddy, why do we sleep?
I mean, I think you're asking why do we need to sleep? We know that sleep is important for you to accomplish certain things, right? Brain metabolism, getting rid of certain poisons from the brain, being able to function. The real question is, why do you need to sort of be in this quasi-unresponsive state to accomplish those?
Right.
Right? And that's the real question. The answer is we don't know.
My kids actually said, sleep is dangerous, Daddy. If you're a caveman and you're unconscious and an animal comes into your cave, you're at risk.
Well, no, but it's the opposite. If you're a caveman and it's night and you're not well equipped to go around in the night like some of the other animals, you don't want to be out there wandering around. You want to be in your cave, asleep, out of trouble, safe.
Your bucket's half full, and your bucket's half empty, and my kids have no answer. Thank you so much.